I came back. It's almost tradition to like pump fake each of the streams right now. Hold on. Okay. I think I'm good. I hope I am. I think that there's like a weird, I don't know, like, I think it's inside the computer. There's only so much I can do. But I'm in there. For real this time. I like this one a lot.
Got a white boy on my roster. He be feeding me pasta and lobster. He just hit me up on Tuesday like, "Which doing bad? Let me take you shopping."
Yeah, man.
I told him, well, I'm a little busy. He said, damn, I'm in your city. But anyway, it's okay. Hope you have a good day. I'ma see you by day 50. Then I told him, you treat me so well. He said, cash out for sale. Matter of fact, scratch that. I'ma see you a stat just cause you fine as hell. And I told him, well, thank you, baby. Anything for my favorite
Here we are.
lady. Well, I gotta go. They just let me know that I could pick up my Mercedes. I got hoes in different area codes. Everywhere I go, I call and they drop the load. I got hoes in different area codes. Everywhere I go, I call and
It's a
they
good one.
drop the load.
Looking at some stuff. What's up?
I got
We're all just getting in this room. Getting into the vibe, are we? Here we are. This one's dope too. Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing that I do. Make a little something, and then talk a little bit about like education and stuff. Because obviously it's a hot topic for today. No pun intended. But yeah. I'm very curious, I don't know, just about doing any old thing today. Like, I want to create from a more detached perspective. I feel like it's kind of like in my best interest right now. Alright, man. Just go for it. Anyway, sorry, let's not even like worry about the nice teas. I'll use some of the control room. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Going to begin. Yeah, let's start with some like Afrobeat thing. I'm just curious about that. Seeing what we can make, and then think a little creative on top of that. That way, you know, it's not just like taking it, it's just appreciating it. Makes a difference. Okay, splice, that's fine. Just let it show me its own dance. Okay, cool. Where's the where is it? Where's one of the things that I want to ask you? I figured out which setting that I like first of all. Okay, so there's a couple. One second. No, that's not. It's great. That's not. It's like a good sidetrack. Focus. Okay. Clean, dry. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Right here. Good. All right. Put that in there. Make it nice and easy. Not too hard on the people now. Just give it a little bit. Where's that? Let's change this up. Let's pray for a miracle. When I get this one down, we'll go straight to the next thing. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Okay, good. Alright, that last one was good. That's fine. And then we can go put the base in. Whenever we have software, that kind of like kind of amplify it nice. is some technical stuff I'm talking about now. And then, yeah, just like real nice and smooth groove, right? We're just in there. We're just, you know what I mean? We're just walking the line. Okay, so then after we do that, probably add maybe some kind of like, hopefully some kind of saxophone or something like that, just to kind of, that might sound a little corny, but it's not gonna hurt us to try. There's one more thing I wanted to do too. Yeah, you can kind of feel it though, right? That's what we want though, is the nice feel, you know? Alright, now let me not do too much here. I'm just doing like one little thing. Don't get too deep into it. Like I'm trying not to go down the rabbit hole. Actually, I'ma sing to y'all and do the edit at the same time so nobody gets bored. That's all it could be our compromise. That's all of our mantras right now. Then we need to focus on one thing at a time. Okay. There's a part that's like killing me. There's not much I can do about it right now though. There is. Okay. You know what? Let me just take my time. I'm gonna just take my time. Cool though. Glad everybody's here. Wow. Good. I'm just trying to split this drums up so I could just hit a harder kick. That's like all I'm trying to do. Cause like when I really start spinning my, my like things that I'm saying, I don't want to do it to nothing, right? So just let me see. Let me just see. Come on, wait a minute. Keep the faith, keep the mind, Keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mind. Keep the mindset, 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 keep the mind. Keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mind. Keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mindset, keep the mind. Wait. Here we go. Okay. Let's listen to just this. It sounds great. Okay, drop it back in. Why does it sound like that? Okay. You know what? At some point, you kind of gotta let it be. You know, don't start getting off though. Come on, y'all. Okay. We're just gonna let it be, probably. Here for the people to see. Dude, don't do this to me. Okay, everybody's on the same page. Yes. Kind of. I gotta go back to the other one. Whatever, it's fine. That's fine. It sounds fine. We're fine. Okay. So let's add one more thing and then we'll measure it out and let it go. That we're going to add is going to be some kind of like orchestral something, some kind of brass, some kind of sax, some kind of something. You get what I'm saying? All right. All right, we're going to set something to really kind of like set the backdrop of what I want to say, right? Let's see. Tough, but yeah, it's all right. It'll do. Wait, what's the other one? No, the symphonic one is going to be weirder. I'm just going to do it, and it's going to sound how it is, because like it's not like anybody's ever heard of. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Keep it like that. And then later on, probably add some flourishes and things like that. We'll keep it. Well, I'm lying, because I'm already hearing like one more thing. So let's just kind of create like a little like chiller section. We'll do, yeah. Then that's cool, just right here. Maybe not that, but right here. Yeah. And I'll do like a little pluck just for the people. If I can find a good pluck. That's better. Okay. Yeah, my pluck. All right. Here we go. Add the pluck, and that'll be the final thing. No, I need like a pluck. No, like a plucky pluck. like a one that plucks. It's fine. Let's see. Is there anything else? Interesting because this part of it is a little simplistic, but it's fine. Level it up kind of a little bit. Just add like my little limiter, get my life together here. And then I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. it's enough for me to talk to settle. Actually, it's not. I'm sorry. Let me just. Oh my gosh, this is where I get caught up. Okay, hold on. Ooh, don't lose the mo. I like it better like this. It's way clearer. Okay, just okay. I'm so good at this. Oh my god, okay. But you guys are in it for the long haul. This is what makes you great. That's what makes you great. That's fine, right? It's almost a better plug too. See? Yeah, exactly. Good job, us. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool, man. So what I'm doing right now, I already got it together, right? I'm just letting that play and just start running my mouth, right? Let's bring this thing, kind of make it come down a hair. Bring me a little bit of love. Okay. So the topic that I put on thing, right, was about teaching the children, right? On TikTok, the topic is teach the children. But on Twitch, it's the kids are organizing. And I feel like I've seen this discourse come up, and I don't know if we're just being like spoon-fed little things to talk about, to help with like ad revenue or something. A part of me does feel like that because this conversation is absolute bonkers, and I just feel like there has to be some kind of engagement farming happening, with like, I don't know, people trying to be influencers with their jobs. And like being an influencer is really cool. Obviously I'm standing in front of like, freaking TikTok and Twitch and stuff talking. Obviously I like the idea of, curating and fostering influence. But basically there's, this teacher quit talk thing that's happening. And with this, there you go. With this teacher quit talk, it's all these teachers that are like, oh, that does it, I quit, right? And from what I understand, they have quite a legitimate reason to. Okay, from what I understand, they have quite a legitimate reason to. No, I like JK. So, because the kids are like kind of like becoming far more violent and having more extreme behavior than before. And so what we're seeing a lot from these teachers, though, was surprising to me, because when I first heard that there was something going on in these schools, I heard it from somebody with a certain perspective. Like the way that they put it were like, oh, the kids are really hurting. And they're acting out from their pain. And I'm like, oh, that sucks, because, the pandemic just kind of disorganized everybody's mind, right? I think everybody is kind of hanging on a thread in certain ways. So I can fully understand, why kids would feel the same way. But when I started really kind of hearing them, I don't know. It was just like, they were saying like, these kids are so mean and they're so violent and I'm not getting any support for any of them, right? Like, to control and stop their behavior. These kids are just absolutely revolting and blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, well, these kids, they can't read. Like, oh, I have 7th grade kids and they're only performing at 4th grade reading level. And then they started going into, because they don't have any structure in the home. That's the reason. They don't have any structure in the home. And so because they don't have any structure in the home, the teachers are not teaching them, or the students. See, even I'm getting disorganized because, like, what the hell is the argument? But, like, they're like, oh, the parents aren't teaching them properly, and then when we tell them that there are behavior problems, the parents blame us, and we don't get any support from the school. And, you know, because of these kids that they don't know anything and they don't know how to behave. And I'm kind of like, are you going to sit here and tell me that a kid that has, apparently they're so on their phones. I'm like, phones have words on them, right? So they can obviously read. Like, if they can open up their phone and go find an app to go use and, like, communicate with their friends and stuff, like, they can obviously read. Like, so that kind of already, I was like, I don't know, guys. Like, because I know from personal experience, you know, as a former gifted kid or a former high achieving student, it's like, I know how these teachers can really be. And I feel like that's not being discussed. It's not being discussed how the lengths that teachers are willing to go to get submission out of their students. Like, teachers are sadistic. They can be. They can be unfair. They can bully. They can, be nasty for no reason. And I feel like some of the parents today are formerly kids who went in there thinking as long as they got down there and they did their work and, you know, they got their grades and stuff, that they would, be rewarded for that, right? Or that they would at least receive some kind of humane treatment. And I think that they went through school and found that was not the case. I know I did. They tried to make it seem like the kids with the bad grades were always the ones getting in trouble, or the kids that didn't listen in class were always the ones getting in trouble. But that's not the case at all. Any kid that disrupted the teacher's sense of authority was going to get targeted, point blank, period. It didn't matter what you did. That was my experience in school. And so when I hear, quite frankly, like, somebody saying, oh, the kids can't read, they're at the 4th grade reading level and we're in 7th grade. A couple things come to mind, right? Stripping my thing down. Couple things come to mind. One, kids are smart as hell. Kids are smart as hell. And they're smart to play dumb. There's nobody that can weaponize incompetence like a child. That's like the first thing you learn when you don't want to do something. You act like you can't do it. And I feel like that's just so basic. You really think a room full of 7th graders can't read? When they're too much on their phones. So they can't read. So they pull out their phones that have words on them and talk. Like, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, you know, as important and authoritarily, you know, in charge as these teachers are, some of them not critically thinking, I feel like, because that's just like the basics. And I had an experience that was like this, where it was like, I was in school. Yeah. I had experience when I was in school, and like, it was in theater class, and I was in the 7th grade, you know, this was before they were cutting arts programs. And there was like, this girl that was instructed to like go do something, and the teacher was like, oh, it's on the left. And she was like, Miss, I'm sorry, I don't know my right from my left. And we all looked at her like real concerned, you know? But then there were a couple kids that were giggling, and I looked and I was like, No, I think the girl might be bluffing, and it wasn't like a malingering thing. Like, it's not like she's faking illness or something like that. But no, I think literally she was just trying to like not do it, or like not do it as in like stonewall the task, but more so like she knew we were sitting up there doing some goofy busy work, and she just like didn't feel like playing that game on that day. And I definitely remember that. Hold on, something on this is bothering me. Like it's killing me actually. Just a second. It's almost like you can't get away from it. It's like one open string. It's so like, it's like killing me. Oh, that's actually better. Anyway, so hold on. Give me a minute. Let me actually add a little bit of excitement to this too, so you can really hear the response. It kind of sounds like making like a knockoff version of an Afrobeat for like a TV show that doesn't like want the royalty rights. It's okay, I'm not gonna roast myself like that, but this is kind of sounds like. Let's see, hold on. Okay. Anyways, so I feel like we're at a point where like the kids are aware, right? Like they know what's going on, that they know that something's not right with these systems, and they learned it early on because we had a pandemic. But by the time some people by the time they learn something's wrong with the system, that school to prison pipeline already reached the end of the pipeline, and there's not a damn thing they can do about it. But I think that these kids are aware. That's not to say that I condone like, you know, brattiness and stuff and like that really terrible behavior, because, you know, kids are really triggering, and yeah, they can suck, you know, for no reason. You know, they just are kind of like that. And I understand all of that. But irrespective of that, I think that if one kid can convince a teacher that they can't read, all the kids can convince the teacher that they can't read. And like, you're at a point where you have pulling of funding, right, from arts programs and things that made school worthwhile, things that added joy to the day, things that were cool reprieves, things that were stimulating to the mind, and things that kind of like informed kids' thought patterns and stuff, so that they could go back to their core classes and their brains would kind of be up and wired and stuff. All those things have been cut back, you know, for a number of years, right? A decade or longer. You have open displays of apathy. You know, I've heard stories about like music teachers having their classes removed, so they gotta go and like bring carts and like teach music class like off a cart from kids' like homeroom class. You know, open display that these administrations don't care, right? So it's like, of course, kids are gonna recognize when nobody cares about them or someone doesn't care about them. And they're going to respond, like at some point, you know? So I feel like there's some of that going on. And basically, like, they're gonna learn how to play it, you know? Okay, it's like, you don't care about what I'm doing. I know that I know what I'm doing, and I know that this is busy work to keep us engaged, because I sat there and had to sit in front of a camera, like a laptop Zoom camera, for 2 years, and I learned nothing. It was so incredibly pointless. And now I'm back in class, and you want me to read Huckleberry Finn when the world is crashing down around me. I'm not going to want to engage. I'm not going to want to pay attention, and I'm not really going to want to do the homework either. So rather than stay to think about it, because I know how these systems are going to be, because I've already probably seen it in a number of different ways, the lengths that systems go to in school to really like break these kids, why don't I get me and my friends together in this class of 40? Because remember, these class sizes have also increased. So now kids, at that number, you can expect kids to start talking and taking notes. So people can start saying, okay, I'm going to get a bunch of my friends together and we're just going to all trick the teacher into thinking we can't read. So the teacher doesn't give us homework. And so the teacher's like, oh my God, the system. Like kids aren't, kids are on their phones too much. We need to, go back to pen and paper and back to the basics. Bro, kids are making like hundreds of dollars a day selling like video game skins. Probably just sitting in the back of class, like, So I saw this one video of this girl, she was doing her hair or something like that. It's like, you don't know what YouTube channel she's making money off of doing this, And so in a sense, it's your own bed, right? Because you're like, oh, well, these kids aren't learning their math and science and stuff, and they're not performing at these levels. So how are we going to, the next generation going to become like doctors and lawyers and stuff? Okay, I can tell you that for those of us who really like went for it in school and really like went like the X amount of, length to achieve and got into those spaces, the senior people in the spaces do not know math. They do not know reading comprehension or English. They want you to do all that. They want you to come in there with that knowledge so that you can be kind of like their slave in that scenario. And they can work you to death and let you go when they're done with you. And on top of that, if you do decide, oh, I want to go and pursue my own, business stuff, or I want to kind of like pursue my own mind, bro, if nobody knows you and you're not famous or you're not widely known to be smart and you talk above a 6th grade reading level, people will resent you for making them work hard to think about what you are saying. And that is a profound, I can understand it now because hearing people talk, I can actually hear that they grew up in, or that their education was profoundly punitive, so them not knowing something is immediately a punishment. Like, because they're kind of automatically put to shame for not knowing. They never got any opportunities to learn, or they were never even taught how to learn, or they were never taught to understand themselves or their own thought patterns, and they were never given the okay to think in their own way and do things in their own way. It was just like, you either know it or you don't, and if you don't, then like you suck, so I can understand now that resentment, because it's like, if you're talking to somebody at a level with like all these like SAT vocab stuff and they're not understanding it, and you're doing it with conviction, especially, it's translating into them like you're punishing them because they don't know what you're talking about due to like your diction or due to like how you speak. And because of that punitive aspect, I feel like they think that you're doing it to them on purpose, right? Or at least in my experience. I do feel that people have thought that I speak at a certain level, like purposely, to like flex on them and stuff like that. But I just do things in my own mind. I do things because I want to be specific, and I like how certain words sound and feel when they're put together, and I just kind of like talk in my own like cadence, and I like to make like little references to things, and I like to like put things in certain contexts, and that's just, how I like to operate. And so, but that's the thing. You spend all that time achieving and all that stuff, and you think, like when you're not getting what the idea is, you think that you're learning these things so that you can apply them. But when you actually do learn them to a certain amount, like to the achievement that they're wanting to or beyond, you'll find that you'll find yourself penalized for it. And that is because the whole point is not to learn for the sake of, you know, developing your own zhuzh. It's to learn how to contribute to whatever indoctrination that you're being given, right? That's why whenever somebody is saying very smart things, but it's like not fascist enough, then they're automatically labeled as stupid, because they're not speaking to the indoctrination. They're not speaking to the like political standpoint that they were supposed to be learning those words for, that they were supposed to be learning those practices for. They were never supposed to be decolonialists. They were always supposed to be, worker bees, like unsentient worker bees working on behalf of the state, you know? Sorry, one sec. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna let that digest for a second. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that is actually the way to do it. Yeah, I got my shit off. Now I'm like relaxing for a sec, taking a water break, a breather. Cause I'm not even done yet. Cause I got a whole nother thing I'm trying to say. Let's see. Focus on the pressure, keep focus on the pressure, on the pressure. Keep focus on the pressure, on the pressure, on the pressure. Keep focus on the pressure, under pressure. Let's see if I can pull it up. Here we go. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Okay. All right, here we go. Focus under pressure, under pressure. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Let me do a couple of little things here, and I'll do my little part 2 of what I'm saying. Focus under pressure, under pressure. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Let's see, hold on. Keep focus under pressure, under pressure. Focus under pressure, under pressure. Not bad, right? I need some like to really like make it go. Like I need to like Yeah, something like that. Let me add that on, and I'll kind of be like in a different zone. Okay. See? Okay, so we're gonna see how I feel about that. It's kind of like I mean, it wants to be good. It's just like I want it crispier for some reason. So it's like there's something about it that's not crispy for me. Let's see. It's crazy because I think I'm just wanting more out of myself and my sounds, which is it's good. It's a good development. And now? Yeah. Okay, so. All right. Oh yeah, thank you for the follows, by the way. So, as I was saying, so when I say the kids are organizing, and when I say like, you know, teaching the children, quote unquote, the kids are aware that I think that I don't know if it's No Child Left Behind, but they keep saying like, oh well, they just keep pushing the kids up to the next grade. They keep pushing the kids up to the next grade, and I understand what they're saying, like people's concern with that. But I think there's another concern too, and that is the kids are being like heavily disciplined and micromanaged and, you know, disciplined or punished and stuff for like no reason in some ways. So I feel like that's kind of like the backwards, or kind of like the chicken and the egg, or the other side of the coin. It's that, you know, oh well, I try to control these kids and they don't do anything, they just send them to the next grade. Yeah, that's one way to put it. But kids are also picking up on, why am I sitting here doing anything if it doesn't matter what I do? Y'all will just push me to the next grade and punish me, you know, and send me right back and kind of just like play mind games with me and stuff. What's the point of me caring to learn the material? And again, by showing that, let me turn this down. By showing, like, cutting these arts programs, cutting home ec, cutting all sorts of stimulating ways that child's minds can learn to develop their own sense of thinking, you're telling the kid you don't care. You don't care about their well-being, you don't care about their joy, you don't care about them, you know, you only care about them submitting. You only care about them, you know, showing that they're behaving. There's something inherently abusive about that, I think, and I think that has existed in the school system for a long time. The specter of that, you know, that sort of thing. So, and like also again. The teachers, okay, so yeah, just to pivot, teachers are saying like, hey, you know, I'm getting these abuses from these students and there's nobody doing anything about them. We try to send them out, we do all these things, and nothing happens. Well, all of the punitive systems that the school has are inherently humiliating, so that kids feel too ashamed of themselves to break any kind of mold of indoctrination. They're being told one way to think and reason and do things. They're being penalized grade-wise, or like, you know, oh, I know the answer, oh, that's not it, tee-hee, wise, for not arriving to answers in the same way. They can be correct, but it's like in the wrong method and all that kinds of stuff. It's teaching kids to betray their own thought patterns, to betray their own sense of critical thinking and go into the mold. But the only way you can effectively do that is if you have a carrot over their head telling them that it's going to be worth it ultimately if they just submit to it. But these kids don't have that. There's literally nothing going on in the world that is telling these kids that's going to give them any incentive to want to participate in these systems. And the systems are going to seem pointless. Not to mention, it's like with tech, you know, you get teachers that are hopelessly behind on technology, hopelessly behind on, you know, the way to mobilize technology to communicate and connect and to educate. And it's like, well, why would I want to listen to you? In the other way, it's like saying, hold on, let me see. In another way, it's like saying, in another way, it's like saying, trying to find an analogy. I'm trying to find a good analogy. Let me think. Okay. If I was trying to like send something to a professor, and the professor, if I could say like, oh, I have my paper, you know, I wrote it by hand or whatever, and I can send it to you tonight. Sorry it took me so long or whatever, but I can scan it and send it to your email. And the professor like can't use it, or like can still use it as like fax or something, you'd be like, yo, this guy's an idiot. Like, why is he even able to teach? Like, shouldn't this be like, you know, discussed? Like, maybe he's not really like, his faculties aren't even really where they're supposed to be at to be doing these things. And actually, that's what's happening on the American scale, right? Because you have these like viciously old people. And it's like, I don't have something against old people, but at the same time, at some point you gotta hang it up. You know, people having strokes right then and there. You know. Hold on, let me get this. Let's see. So yeah. People having strokes and they're still running things. It's like there's no obvious meritocracy, right? So, you know, what's the point of me wanting to perform? Oh, just so that I can behave and be submissive? And for what? What's the point of me doing that? Oh, okay. The whole point of schools is to actually indoctrinate people into seeing themselves a certain way and seeing their self-worth a certain way. Not to actually learn the material. And kids are aware of that. And I'm sure like when you're like a certain age, you know, you feel a futility because you don't have years of anything else. You're like, is this my life? Is this what I got pushed out of somebody's blah 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 for? Good Lord. Okay. I talked. I'm gonna do some playing, some just like housekeeping. Let's do some reverb. I'm about to like kind of dive into it a little bit. I'm gonna be like eyes glued to it. So if I look crazy, that's just because how I do things. here. It could use a little bit of a tune. Or maybe not. Alright, we're gonna figure out what we want to use. I just want to kind of like vibe out. You know, like something wide and rich that hugs you. You know, like has you close to it in that way. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Well, that was really something. Don't do all that. Hold on. Find where the beat is. Okay, bring this a little bit. That's cool. And then let's start it. And I have no reason because I'm just gonna go back here. Focus, focus, focus under pressure, under pressure. grooves a little bit. I don't know what I would do with something like this. Something's a little muddy in places. Reached out and touched your hand on the rhythm of the horizons, never to be known, but to be judged as if I were. Take me by my word, if that is what I shall deserve. Don't you feel like a house without a home? You see what I mean to be true. Don't you feel like you've never been loved like this before, Don't think too much about it. Don't think too much about the world. If it was too much, you couldn't know. Don't leave me now. Just got to sit for a minute and understand. I don't want to take too much of your time, but if you just follow me back, I can show you a little bit closer. You know. Focus under pressure. Focus under pressure. There you go. Okay. So I went. Oh man, there was that damn hum that was there the whole time. Oh, that might be what it was. Hold on. Get focus, focus, focus under pressure. Oh. Well, now I know. Cool. Cool. Cool, man. Okay, so I am good to go, man. I am. You guys have been great sports. I'll probably do some more talking about, cause like I'm like kind of engaging my intellect with certain topics, like the children, and then like I don't know, other vibes. And so what do you say? What I'm trying to say. Indoctrination is important to me because I think I am personally in an unlearning process. I think we always are once we kind of realize we are. So the conversation is developing. So I'll probably like get into talking a little bit more and then create and talk and create and talk and create and talk. And try to go on for a little bit longer, but I'm not gonna lie, some of these streams are like struggle streams where it's like I'm on here because I said I would be, and it's like, taking every ounce to do it. But I appreciate those watching and supporting. It's pretty dope. TikTok, you guys have been freaking awesome. Thank you. And you guys too, guys. Twitch, YouTube, everybody. So, more coming. You can best believe that. And yeah, all right, TikTok, signing off.